That's all you get today. I watched Sam Shethar video on how to eat like a muscle man. It was a very comprehensive and great video. I will link it in the comment section, um, or excuse me, in the description. It kind of inspired this, and I want to put this video out there. So if you're on a budget and you want to know where you should spend your money on maybe some higher quality foods versus not, this is probably where you should be spending them. So we'll start with the knots and organic produce. It's typically not worth it, not worth the extra coin. Uh, the macros and micros aren't really going to be affected a whole lot from it being organic. And there's studies that have been shown a lot of times that organic labeled stuff still has pesticides and chemicals on it. So you definitely don't want to spend your money there. And as far as getting the non-organic stuff, like rinse it off in a vinegar bath, and you can try to get as much of the nasty stuff off as you can. So that's pretty easy. Beef is expensive. Grass-fed beef is even more expensive. And you'll often hear grass-fed beef has 3 to 5 times the omega-3s as regular beef. Beef is not a significant source of omega-3s anyway. So 3 to 5 times of something not significant is still not something significant. If I got $1 and you have 5 times more money than me, you got $5. Cool. We're both broke as fuck. There's some other micronutrients that are increased in the grass-fed beef, of course, but it's not to such a degree that you want to be blowing your whole budget on grass-fed beef. So I would stick, again, if budget's not an issue, by all means, get the higher quality stuff in every category. If you are trying to budget, though, and you're watching, where you spend money, just go with the regular beef. It's not going to be a super significant difference from the grass-fed. And just another tip, if you want to keep your beef lean and you're on a budget, you can buy like the 7327 ground beef, and you can drain and rinse it and get rid of a lot of that fat content. Kind of goes against the muscle man video idea, but I know some of you guys are looking to cut calories, and that's something I do a lot. Draining and rinsing the fat off, you'll make it significantly leaner. So now, where do you want to spend your money on something a little more high quality? And that is pasture-raised eggs. Not cage-free, not free-range. These are loopholes that companies can put on there. These chickens are still mostly living amongst themselves on their own shit in cages. They just have exposure to a small area outside. I can't remember the exact dimensions of the area, but it's not much. And again, this is just a loophole. Pasture raised, if they're labeled pasture raised, then that's the ones you want to buy. Short of like knowing a farmer and getting it straight from a farmer. If you're in a grocery store, these are the best eggs you can get. I go with Vital Farms. It's a brand. They've got these little scan code tidbit things in their cartons where you can actually access the cameras to their farms and see the chickens roaming. Some of these chickens are still supplemented with feed, of course, but they are out roaming and foraging. They're not living amongst their own shit. And you will immediately notice the difference when you crack one open and there's this deep orange yolk instead of that like industrial yellow of factory farm eggs. And eggs are already a significant source of omega-3s. They've got vitamin D, vitamin E. They're just micronutrient powerhouses. Pasture-raised eggs even to a greater extent, and it is something where twice as much in a pasture-raised versus a regular is a significant difference. And eggs are generally cheap anyway, so instead of paying $1.99 for a dozen, maybe you're paying $4.99 or $5.99 for a dozen of the quality eggs. So it's not a big hit on the budget anyway to get a lot of these. And even the nutrition aside, they just taste better. Like my wife doesn't even like eggs a whole lot, but she'll eat these pasture-raised eggs with no problem. I never get tired of them. Like I can eat these things every day. Again, there's just something about that gross industrial yellow color now. Like I could still eat them if forced to, but spend your money on good eggs. If budget is an issue, don't worry about organic produce. Don't worry about grass-fed beef. Spend them on the good eggs. budget is not an issue, then buy all the highest quality food there is out there. Peace.